Oh, hello everyone. This is the Captain Swan podcast number 26. We're going to be talking about the finale. There's no drifts and there's no place like home. I'm Serena, so we're out on Tumblr, and the people of the Captain Swan podcast are going to introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Lisa. I used to be Zikarita on Tumblr. Now I am You Brought Me Home.
Hi, am I? Killian the hero on Tumblr. And my arm become a reality. Woo!
Hi, I'm Michelle, and I also have a new URL, and I am To the End of the World or Time on Tumblr.
I'm Ro, and I am sadly still ROG Vortex 58 on Tumblr.
We are
I'm
so late
Steph,
tomorrow.
and I am also still bookstore romantic on Tumblr.
Yay! No one's leaving us.
Perseverance is key. I got my, for those who don't know, I got my URL literally when, and straight on till morning ended. When he came back, that's when I saved mine. And now it came to a year later, so yay!
I remember that.
Yes, you did.
Okay, so we have a lot to talk about. I have no idea how long this is gonna be. So as usual, we are gonna start with the questions you sent us, and as usual, you can send us questions using Tumblr and Ask or the posts I make with the question enabled. So let's start with the first one. The first question from the Vampire Chick with No Fangs asks, favorite scene? Hard to choose just one, I know, but try anyway.
Can we choose one for each episode?
Yeah,
I think that's fair.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's fair. Go on. One for each episode. Start with Snowdrift. Each one of you can say their favorite scene from Snowdrift.
Snowdrift's favorite scene, the seduction of Pasuk.
Okay, Snowdrift's favorite scene. I'm sorry, Emma and Pass Hook and Killian punching Smoke. Like, that whole scene.
Yeah, the whole thing. The whole thing.
Yeah.
Whole thing.
Okay, I'm going to be a little different, and I'm going to say my favorite scene from Snowdrifts was the dance.
Oh, you're a rebel. Okay, and then?
Snowdrift's the dance.
My actual favorite scene was probably everything involving Past Hook, but I'm gonna say that the opening flashback with sad Emma deserves some recognition because it was everything I've
Oh, yeah.
wanted in
Oh
Emma
my
flashbacks.
Oh
god.
my god.
That
Yeah.
killed me dead. I was like, fuck you, show. You can't
Can
start
we have
like this.
can we have a moment of applause for the cast and directors? Come on.
Yeah, that girl
I'm
looked
sorry, do I have to go find the applause
No.
thing? I have to do everything. You can even do the applause yourself. No, but seriously, how many of you were tricked and thought that the little girl at the beginning was Emma?
That's what I thought too. That
I can,
No, it made me so happy.
No,
As soon as I realized
because
what was
I
going
can
on,
do
I was like,
that.
oh, this is not good.
I was like, no, because I can do math. And it said 18 years. And I was like, Emma's 30
No,
now.
no,
She'd be
yeah.
like 12.
Yeah.
Did that girl playing Emma look 12? I'm sorry, do 12-year-olds look like that now?
Sometimes they do. I mean, like, if you start
can't really
growing
remember.
early, yeah, some
My
girls
sister was
start
like that,
start growing
as
at
well.
like 10. So
Yeah,
yeah.
Those
my
charming
sister was
genes.
like that.
and Emma's pretty tall anyway, so
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, when I first saw her, I thought she was like 16. Because, yeah, I don't have any idea how 12-year-olds look anymore. I'm old.
Yes, you are.
That's sad. Okay, so then there's no place like home. What's your favorite scene?
there's
Be
no
original. Don't say the kiss. Be
Come
more
on.
original.
Kidding?
Come on.
Kidding? Yes, the last scene, the kiss, definitely.
But that's my favorite. I can't say anything else because that's it.
I mean, the rest of the episode doesn't even have to exist. It all comes down to that. That's all that matters.
It all culminates with that, even and with the
Okay.
voicemail.
Okay, I'm
voiceover.
gonna be a rebel. I'm gonna be a rebel again.
As
and
always.
Give a shout out to the
And the charming.
no. Well, I was gonna say that, and I was like, no, because it's my URL now. But probably the hug when they think snow is burning at the stake.
That was awesome.
It
The
was
hug?
awesome because she didn't even hesitate, and she's not the type of a person that seeks comfort from anyone.
Well, that's the thing, though. She didn't. He grabbed her. He took her in his arms. She did, and then she leaned on him as soon as he did. But he started it.
It was beautiful.
But normally, if this was past her, she would have pushed him off, but she didn't. She didn't hesitate.
Well, yeah.
When
It just
she
shows
called them.
how much she's changed and how much she's grown, you know?
But
Yeah.
seriously, that last scene and the voiceover, it killed me. I'm dead.
Oh.
This is not
Oh,
mine. This is my past life. You know, she died on Sunday.
We're podcasting from the grave, people.
Yes, this is a
Ooh.
ghost. I'm a
last-
ghost.
And then when they went back inside Granny's and she went to tell Regina about Marion, and she walks back and she touches him on the shoulder, and he looks at her. I was like, oh.
How many
Yeah,
touches?
I was like, this is on.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong.
They're not even being coy about it. It's on.
Yep.
And I love how nobody was surprised. I was like, probably the doors were like, damn it, I lost that bad. You know, the dwarves probably bet on them or something.
Grumpy did.
Uh,
That's why he was so happy, you know? Not just
Another- Another favorite was when they were in the vault, because Hook finally got the chance to get in her face and say,
oh,
look,
yeah.
this shit
Yeah.
needs to stop.
I almost said that.
It was
I love his face. I love his face when he sees the wand. Because he's like,
Yeah.
look down. And he has so much love in that expression.
So
And
much
then-
pride.
Exactly.
Her.
But
And-
be honest, though. Be honest. During that whole scene, weren't you guys just waiting for a true love's kiss?
Yes.
Oh, it might have worked, but I don't know. I think it was
I
important
was
for
so
it to be.
glad it didn't happen though. Like I
about-
was so glad that the kiss was in a no stress situation for Emma.
Yes.
Like I didn't realize how
Yeah.
glad I was until after the fact. That's what made it
we
so
were
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah, looking back at it, once the episode was over, I was totally okay with exactly how things went down. But I have to
Okay,
admit,
yeah.
when I was watching that scene in Rumpel's room of
Grumble.
Rumpel's room of crazy shit I don't even want to touch. I
And
was
Hook
waiting
touched
for it, and when it didn't happen, I was like, oh. But then we got
Yeah.
the awesome thing at the end, and I was like, well, hell with that. I don't even care.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it
To
was
be
so much better because she has a lot of stress right there. I mean, she is technically gained a family, she gained a home, everything. She just fucking
Yeah, it
surpassed Regina.
It would have
would've
been too much. It would have been too much.
To be
Yeah.
fair, it did not make sense that she would not have gained her power back when Zelina was defeated, because, like Hook said, all her other spells didn't work anymore. So it makes sense that her spell on Emma wouldn't work.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It was a really nice parallel, that whole scene, to the bit in The Wizard of Oz, which was where the episode took its name from. It was very much she had to say it out loud to have it work.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was like, oh, there's our Dorothy moment.
Yeah, because Emma had been Dorothy this entire season, 3B, so it fit so well. And I'm like, I'm the beautiful one.
But you know what this means? This means that we have things to look forward to in season 4. There's a whole bunch of romantic milestones we haven't even hit yet.
Ooh, yeah.
I know. That's what I've been saying like all season, and everyone was like, "Oh no, let's they have to get married in the finale." I'm like, "Why? There's so much to see yet." So I'm glad it went this way.
I think
And
we're just impatient because we've
I do want to say.
what?
I just wanted to say that when the spoiler about the wedding first came out, I said Rambel, and I kept saying Rambel, and it was Rambel.
Yep, Rumble.
So that was
Serena.
It was from Belle, but they cut it in such a way that they showed what I'm presuming are going to be the endgame couples on this show.
Happy ending.
I don't know, but I know that it said that Rambel is so irrelevant that even their wedding vows are not about them, but are about other people. That's like so sad.
Aww.
Well, or you could look at it this way, that Rambel is like the culmination of all the other ships.
Hey, Snow and Charming didn't even have wedding vows either time. They were just like, I do. That was it.
Yeah.
So
And they were
at
like
least
sex
Rambel
face.
got vows.
But
I mean, come on, and they both times they were like, "We gonna have sex." Yes, and Romeo was more cute. I just
The
want Captain
voiceover-
Swan to bang.
the
Bang,
voiceover that
bang,
they
bang,
did
bang.
for, the voiceover they did for Emma and Hook while they were kissing could not have been more perfect. Everything that was
Well, obviously, Em and Eddie wrote this. They specifically designed each one to go over that particular couple
And
when
the
they
best
cut
part
to it.
was that most of them like fit one person. I think our Queen fit more Regina than Robin, but Hook and Emma's, oh my god, it fit both of them so well. Because
Yeah, to be
Terry
honest,
Jones was an enemy of love. After Mila and after the last year, he was totally completely giving up in love. He was like,
and
no,
after
bullshit.
left her, she was the exact same way. They were enemies of love until they met and they each brought each other's walls down. But at the end of the day, he brought her home.
Oh.
to be honest, since we're talking about the vows, I thought the vows that Rampur said during the Outlaw Queen scene should have been more about Harry and Regina than Henry. I was about to say Harry and Robin. Regina and Robin, because I still don't see the Outlaw Queen thing and what he supposedly did for her, and I thought it should have been about her and Harry, and it's not like I like the relationship, but at least that's one that grew during the whole show and was developed better, I think.
Well, I think they were trying to focus on the romantic couples as opposed to the other stuff, the familial stuff, because they did that already.
Yeah, just what I wanted to say is that that has not been heard, and that's another thing I've been saying in the last few podcasts, that there must be a reason why they went so fast with the Outlaw Queen.
Well, this is why.
And this is why.
We know why now, because they wanted to give Regina a taste of what being happy would be like before they did that emotional reset where she gets torn away from her accidentally by a member of the Charming family.
Yeah,
Now
but
she knows what it's like to have a heart because it's breaking.
Yeah, but the thing is, they kind of sacrificed the development of the Robin and Regina relationship because they wanted to have this twist at the end. So they basically wrote it so fast because they wanted to do this twist. It was kind of sacrificed. The development wasn't as good as it should have been because of that. They didn't.
Sean did tweet that the course of true love never did run smooth, so it's obviously not over yet.
Oh no.
I actually, yeah,
No,
I
wait,
actually
near
don't think
over.
Sean knows anything.
Just because
And
she's, just because Marion's back does not mean that he necessarily wants to get back up with her.
I mean,
In
this
30
whole
years,
season, they spend time saying that you cannot go back to who used to be.
well,
Yeah,
that's the
but
thing,
Mary,
though.
Robin is a different person than when he was
That's
a
okay,
kid.
okay. Wait. We have been saying that Robin doesn't appear to have any flaws. That he's not a very well developed character yet, blah blah blah. Well, we're gonna get it now because he's gonna have to be in this agonizing decision: do I take my wife back, who I've believed has been dead for 30 years, or do I embrace this new person who I have this really strong connection with, who
He's
I
gonna
may
be the
or may
new David
not
Nolan.
be? Exactly. It's gonna be the snowing and Catherine thing all over again.
Hi,
yeah,
Regina.
Yay.
but
I said that.
You're gonna get to see exactly what Robin's made of now.
Can I
I
say
told you
I
so.
love
I
but
told you so. Can I say I told you so? I really like saying that. I told you.
but also if he chooses like his wife's murderer over
Oh,
his wife who like died an agonizing death, I don't even want to think about how Regina was killing those prisoners. Like
well,
he becomes kind of worse than Belle. Like seriously.
yeah.
I've been hard on Belle because of how she overlooks Rumple's flaws, but if Robin does this, he's gonna kind of be like the new Belle. So I
You've
don't
been
know.
hard on
Like
Pal? I have never noticed before.
I am always hard on Belle.
But you know, when
I
if
just
Regina
call her irrelevant.
if Regina sits back and really
Yeah,
thinks
from
about
Darwin.
the situation, she's gonna realize that Emma's doing her a favor because you're right. If you know if Marion really was dead and Robin found out at some later date that Regina is the reason why his wife was dead, he'd never forgive her. But
Okay,
here
but
in the altered timeline, she's not dead anymore. She
okay,
never
Yeah,
did
but it
die.
still would have
but
happened.
No,
then
it
at this
didn't. No,
point,
it didn't.
Oh,
but then
Because
at
the
this
timeline,
It
point,
the
didn't
timeline's all
happen.
changed now. It's all changed now.
okay, but
Like,
then at this point, he becomes an hypocrite because, yeah, Regina in the new timeline still killed like 1,000 other men's wives, but since she did not kill his, he can forgive her. Yeah, it just becomes a mess. I don't know how they're gonna write
I
themselves out
don't.
of this. So I don't know,
I,
we'll see. I don't know if they can convince me that this is a thing that should happen. Can we have like a Robin twin with the same tattoo, like another dude with the same tattoo? He can't be the only man in the world with that damn tattoo, can he?
I
Anyway,
think for the purposes of this show, he is.
I'm
Can
just
I
glad
say
Adam and Eddie have confirmed that she's not going to regress because the look on her face when she saw that and the tone of her voice when she said to him, "You did this," it was like a carbon copy of the way she said it to Snow, and I was like, "Oh no,
Yeah, but
no."
the difference is Regina didn't just blast her right away.
Exactly.
How Regina deals with this is going to be a sign of just how much her character development is actually real and how much of it is just a smokescreen.
yeah, but
Ding,
her,
ding,
her
ding,
first
ding.
instinct was still to blame someone else.
yeah.
So, I mean, okay, good for you. Murder isn't your first instinct. So you have developed, but
But
she also needs
hey,
to.
Serena, baby steps. Come on.
Okay, I just want to say that 13-year-old girls all over the world deal with their boyfriends dumping them. They go to their room, they listen to Taylor Swift, they cry and eat ice cream. They don't. I mean, they can do it. Regina, I think you can do it. Be as emotionally mature
Taylor
as a
Swift wasn't
13-year-old
existing.
girl.
Storybrooke. They're in the 80s, dude.
have you found a music video yet, Serena?
No, I have not. That's tragic. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say this. Why is there not a Taylor Swift music video with the new scenes from the finale? I need this. Please, someone
What
do this
song?
for me.
Yeah.
Any song.
You
I'm
have
not
you have your
asking.
mission, fandom. You have your mission.
Yeah. Okay,
I'm in
so
vacation, so I might do something for you.
thank
Maybe.
you. Okay, so we still have a lot of questions, so let's go to the
Oh dear.
next one.
Oh, fuck.
Open Storybrooks asks, how much did you enjoy seeing Killian punch past Hook for taking
Yeah.
So
It
much.
was awesome.
He was
So much.
asking for it.
The whole bit was wonderful.
Especially
Yeah.
the reason why. Like, it wasn't just that he was jealous, it's that he knows that that Hook does not deserve Emma.
No.
It was so beautiful.
I think that was his way of putting the final nail in the coffin of that part of his life.
Yep.
Yes, I agree.
And saying, you know
So
what,
the-
you're fucking done. Goodbye. I've moved on.
Yes.
You know?
I just love past Hook. I just love the idea that he's met this woman, and this woman is gonna completely change his life, like his whole life, and he has no idea.
Mm-hmm.
He's just poor Hook is walking around, and the woman who's gonna change his life is like right in front of him, and he has no idea.
That makes me
Yeah.
cry.
And those scenes get a romantic tinge when you remember what he says at the conversation in front of Granny's, is that if he'd have remembered her, he'd have gone after her.
After her. Oh,
He'd have gone after her
God.
just like Charming went after Snow.
Which proves the strength of their love. It doesn't matter what time frame it is, or how it could be 30, 50 years in the past. It doesn't matter. The moment that she stepped up to that table, no one else existed in the world but her.
And then you see,
Oh my
she
God,
was not
look at
looking
his
at her
face.
boobs. She
He
had
wasn't.
big boobs, and he was looking at her eyes.
See, Ro, we're talking about boobs, and you're here.
Oh, thank you. You remembered.
Okay, yes, a moment of applause for Edmund's boobage.
Free at last.
Her boobs got a lot of appreciation.
Oh,
this
maybe
week.
this should be more appropriate.
And can we talk? For a second? Can we mention the fact that past Hook was less obsessed with her boobs than current Hook was obsessed with her boobs?
Current Hook has been waiting to see those for like a year.
But Emma's like
Hook-
modern clothing this episode. She was in a freaking turtleneck. Could you blame the guy when she stepped out in a corset? Like
Yeah.
falling out of it, all walking awkwardly.
And I love it.
That's
when
much
he's
better.
all for the corset.
Or,
Yeah.
And let's
He's
be
all
honest,
for the corset until
Yes.
she starts unbuttoning it, and he looks at the corset like, you betrayed me.
But
Damn you,
it's
you
like-
betrayed me.
let's be honest, drunk that he probably didn't even know what he was looking at. He was so wasted.
Oh
in
no, he's got
seeing
eyes.
Walk.
he was not that
No,
drunk
but-
when he first saw her. Though.
No,
Exactly.
exactly. He was
She was
not.
the one that got him drunk.
He hadn't
Yeah.
had anywhere near as much when he first saw her, and he was totally like. I mean, Adam and Eddie used that word "fuck struck" for Captain Swan, and that's exactly what he looked like. He looked like he
Yeah.
got hit by a truck the moment he saw her.
Oh yeah.
Which proves that no matter what time frame, they were destined to.
Killian Jones is always supposed to fall in love with Emma Swan. Period.
Ding, ding,
Yep.
ding.
Period.
Always.
Come on, can we talk about the fact that they're already younger? Behold, they're already younger.
They're already judged. I can't even say it.
I can't.
Rory
Behold,
John.
they're already
John.
younger.
We're all younger.
Oh my God.
Behold,
I was
Raleigh,
expecting to
Georgia.
drop her off the dock.
That was
Hey, come on. When I'm drunk, I can't even walk in the straight line. Don't carry someone.
Although we have to give a tiny shout out of appreciation that this is clearly the reason why Colin's been working out, because he doesn't have to carry Emma around.
And Marion. How
And
long was
Marion.
Marion unconscious
Yes.
for after Emma hit her with a stick? He was carrying her around for like half a day.
Yeah.
It might have been a dummy.
Okay, so next
And-
question from Time Locked Gallifreyan asks, on a scale from 1 to 10, how much did you like the Captain Swan kiss?
Google.
11 million.
20?
22 for the episode?
Google.
Yeah, which
Google
kiss?
is the internal number. So Google.
Past Hook and Emma or current Hook and Emma? We had 2
I
kisses.
think we're talking probably current.
Probably.
Since past Hook doesn't remember, like Hook doesn't remember the past Hook kiss, and she was kind of playing
that
him.
he does sign kind of weird. He thinks she was a dream. Yeah, I like that headcanon.
A
That's
good
why
dream.
it was explained why the first time he sees her, it's like he has the exact same expression. Like
Yeah.
the first time he sees her on the rubble, he's like, "Are
He
you
al-
an angel?"
He almost
I
looks like
walked with
he
Once Upon a
almost looks
Dream.
like he's seen a ghost. And if there's been like some weird, like hazy, faceless blonde girl like haunting his dreams for the past 30 years, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Explain a lot. But
And
honestly,
I was hoping it would be you. Hint, hint.
there's no number that could rank that last kiss because I mean it
Oh my
wasn't
God.
just the fact that it happened. It was how it was done.
It was
could not-
so beautiful.
It's so different from the Neverland kiss.
Yeah.
That's what makes it great.
You
It's the fact
notice
that
It was soft. It was sensual, and it wasn't forced. It was like completely natural. You know.
the more heated parts were zoomed out, which I found interesting. You can tell in the zoomed out bits that's kind of like the more Neverlandy stuff happening.
Yes.
Damn
I
that
like
zoom.
part.
And
Kinda
Emma
made-
is totally like grabbing onto his necklace or something because she gets her arm up in between them.
Yeah, and she's got her
Can't
hand
see.
up in the back of his head.
Oh
Yeah.
my.
Think about the fact that everyone was doing grannies, and there's windows in grannies. So they never do
Oh,
it
yeah.
outside.
That's the other thing about it is the fact that they are in not broad daylight because it's nighttime, but they're in public. Like anybody, I mean, Granny's has windows, and anybody could be walking down the street. Doesn't matter. They're making out.
Why would they care?
Is that, like, Charming looked out and, wait, what's going on? What's going on? Hey, what?
Well, hopefully Charming is smart enough to put 2 and 2 together that if Emma was Princess Leia, that Hook was.
I'm thinking that's what happened, okay? In my headcanon, and until proven right by season 4, I'm thinking that he looked outside and he was like, wait, what? And then he looked at the book and saw the picture and he was like, oh.
Yeah, I desperately need Charming and Killian to have a talk about that little campfire chat.
He called her my princess.
Oh my God, I died. I thought the
Who
world
was
was
on Tumblr?
ending.
Anyone was on Tumblr the moment that happened? Because I was. And
I was.
Ash was my princess.
Yes.
I think they left it open because Charming did ask him if Leia would do the same for him, and he said, "Oh, I don't know." So I think they have left it open for that to be answered in season 4.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
I
like
agree.
that it was I don't know though, and not no or I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
And I
I
want to
mean,
talk about, her parents is probably, I hope you remember that.
And we know that, Emma does not react well to Hook being in mortal peril, but he doesn't really know that because, the one time he was drowned and the other time he was busy getting his, shadow ripped out and things.
Or having
So-
rocks thrown on him.
Exactly. So he's not as aware of that. So they're gonna explore that in season 4 and build up to a point where Emma will do something on the same level as giving up the Jolly Roger.
Let me
Yeah,
tell
probably
you,
really aware of how saved his ass, or at least preserved it.
Freezes him or something, and then he has to do the true love's kiss in order to thaw him out.
Ooh, that'd be
True.
good.
Hey,
Something
if
different.
Killian is Han gets frozen in carbonite. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly.
Isn't that Kai?
What?
Well, sorry, Kai and Gerda in the Snow Queen story.
Well, I was talking
right.
about I was talking about Star Wars
Yeah.
Oh,
because if
okay.
Emma is Princess Leia,
And they made that quite obvious.
and Killian is Han. Han gets frozen in carbonite, and Leia has to rescue him.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked Henry calling Emma out on her code name. He was like, "Oh yeah, nice code name, Mom." Yeah, bitch.
That was the best.
Okay, come on. True love can and thaw a frozen heart.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they've said that Elsa's going to be. I know we haven't talked about Elsa yet, but that Elsa's going to be, an approximation of her Disney counterpart. So I imagine they're going to tap the frozen heart thing.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah, but we can talk about how we would like it to be Hook, but come on, it's gonna be Regina.
She already has the
Really?
resilient heart. F that crap.
Yeah, she's the
No,
Tin
it's
Man.
not going to be Regina. I actually know. I have faith. They spent the whole season on Regina. It's not going to be Regina. Because
I hope.
No, and before you interrupt me, because I know you will. Every single couple that's gotten the a villain has been after they got it together. Snowing got Regina and George after they got together. Well, first met, right? And who's the Ramel after they got together? Everyone's after they got together. So the next villain is obviously a Captain Swan villain. And plus, Emma's the one who brought her back. So.
Yeah, Emma and Killian are the reason she's back.
Well, to be fair, Rumpel held her back and gave the urn the time to, get through the portal.
True.
He had to know about Neil. Go on the spoiler form, Rumpel.
Rumpel also is the one who was keeping her in the urn. Whether he put her there or not, he wasn't letting her out.
Oh yeah, she's gonna be
I
pissed.
think she's gonna be after Rumpel.
Highly likely.
Apparently. First target kind of thing.
Okay, so
How Emma is yet.
next question. Kistanek87 asks, I'm just wondering if any of you guys were disappointed that there was no True Love's Kiss for Captain Swan, and do you think we will get it next season?
Yes.
Well,
No, I mean
No
these
and
things
yes.
take time.
We will get it. True love can thaw a frozen heart.
I think it.
Love
makes
can
sense.
thaw.
Honestly, I was disappointed for about 30 seconds, and then it went away because I realized it would be too soon, and then I realized we were going to get it in season 4, and it was okay.
Yeah, I mean the finale was Emma's, story. So her needing to get over all these issues she has, and then she can move on with Hook, and then we can move on with Killian, and then we get all the good stuff afterwards.
besides, once that last scene happened and they kissed, it was like, who cares? Who cares?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And Snowing was well, they were doing that finding thing, but they recognized they had feelings for each other, long before they were in a position for a True Love's Kiss. So they really needed to establish that they both have feelings before and act on those feelings before we could be in a True Love's Kiss situation. So
Yeah, the only True Love's
Yeah.
Kiss that has happened without first acknowledging feelings is True Love and Aurora.
Well, that we
Well,
know
with
of.
Aurora, she told him not to come after her. The only one that really happened was Belle and Rumpel, without really acknowledging feelings. Philip and Aurora knew each other and were like engaged and shit.
Well, yeah, but I
That
mean,
kiss was aborted.
And since we've been
didn't see in the show.
and since Captain Swan's been so heavily paralleled with Snowing anyway, that it would make sense they'd follow the Snowing track.
Yes.
I mean, there's no doubt that Emma is in love with Hook. Is she at true love level yet? Not quite. She's not there yet. She's gonna take
They'll get there.
a little more time.
Yeah, but it's worth it.
Yes.
One more time.
Okay, let's go to the next question from Open Storybooks. Asks, what do you think about Emma constantly protecting Killian from the Dark One, killing him. It was kind of funny how Rumpel was like trying to kill. I'm sorry.
And but the best part of that scene was Emma's face when he first sees Rumple. She said,
Yes.
Oh yeah,
my god.
that was the best reaction to anyone in the past. It was like,
No, that and when when Rumple says, "Why not in his neck?" and Killian's face is like, "Bitch, please."
I actually thought that was a bit of a retcon that Rumpel wanted to kill Hook because he did let him go 300 years ago or whatever on the Jolly Roger after cutting off his hand. I mean, I guess he decided to kill him after because he did that thing with the bean. So yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean,
Yeah, I bet that's what it was.
he was.
plus it was also, I mean, if you have the pirate in front of you, you're gonna
Why
kill him. If he's not in front of you and you're busy doing your other curse stuff and you're may not even being aware that he's around, then yeah, you're gonna leave him be.
Because I mean, when Hook first got to Storybrooke and Rumpel found out that he was there, that was his first course of action. He was ready to kill him.
Yeah, I think it was the stealing of the bean that changed his mind because Rumpel didn't know that Killian had the bean when he first spared his life.
Yeah, but
it's not in the cards for you, Sonny boy.
yeah. Nope, you have to fall in love with the savior.
Okay, so we still have a lot of questions. Time Locked Gallifreyan asks, how do you feel about the Jolly Roger explanation? I was glad we were right about Killian trading his ship for Emma, but I'm also a bit disappointed about how the mystery finally unraveled. We waited half a season for an answer, and in the end we get a few lines summarizing Hook's journey back to Emma that raised more questions. To whom did he trade the Jolly Roger? How did the person get hold of a bean? How did Killian know where to find Emma in the real world? That's a great point, I think. What did you think?
Here.
It's another story for another time.
Honestly, yeah, they left it open for season 4. And not only that, I can answer the bean takes you to where he wants to be. He just had to think of Emma and he'd be there.
Yeah.
As for why Emma was in New York, I'm sticking with the headcanon that the memory she went to the last place where she'd been outside of Storybrooke. The last place she was in the real world was New York, and that's where she went when she lost her memories and had all these fake ones.
Yeah.
I would like to know how Walsh found her more than Hook, because I can do the whole, the bean took him pretty much to her doorstep kind of thing. Yeah. But, I don't know how Walsh found her, or how he even got there.
Yeah. Maybe. Although, apparently, Zelena can banish people to the Enchanted Forest, so maybe she could banish Walsh to our world or something.
She must have or something, but that seems weird.
You know, honestly, I know that beforehand I was wanting more details about how he found her and this and that, but at the end of the day, by the time we got to that scene, it wasn't, that's not what was important. The point was knowing for her to realize that he gave up his home so she could find hers.
Yeah, see, we needed to see her reaction. If they'd have shown it in a flashback, we wouldn't have seen her reaction. We needed to see her reaction. That's why they did it that way.
I thought that was perfect. Honestly, I thought that scene could have not gotten more perfect.
And quite frankly, those details of, dumping this crew and outrunning the curse and all that stuff and who he traded the Jolly Roger to, quite frankly, I don't care. The point is, he gave up his ship to get back to her.
I'm a hell of a captain. You are running to it. I'm a hell of a captain.
Yeah, I love that line.
I did too.
Outrunning a curse. That's great. Like when he said in the premiere, I've outrun many a storm, and he outran a curse as well. The things he'll do for her.
But the important thing was for her to understand the depth of his love. And she had to know how far that he went by giving up his home so that she could be returned to hers.
Yeah, she makes
that was the only way that she was finally going to be able to take that final leap.
Yeah. I'd like to think that there are other realms outside of the Enchanted Forest where he could be gone. I would like to think that he actually went and traded his ship at Arendelle, but that's just me being.
Okay, so one thing I noticed is, do you remember in the interviews Adam and Hedy did before the episode, and they were like, oh, and then it's gonna be Hook is gonna be like, oh, everyone falls for my charms, and this woman that I actually love is not falling for it, and I'm like, when did that happen? Like, other than the one line that was kind of a joke, I'm gonna stop chasing this woman.
Ken was the one that said that, not Adam and Eddie.
No, Adam and Eddie said that.
Yeah, they did.
They
Yeah, they did.
they like
The line from that, I'm gonna stop chasing that woman, came from Jen. We knew
Yeah.
about that line from
Yeah,
Jen.
but the other part about Killian being frustrated and wondering
Yeah.
why Emma's, not falling for him as quickly as, other people would, that was from Eddie. Eddie said that.
Well, you knew that he was getting there, and in the beginning scene when she walked out of Granny's and he followed her, and he sat down and talked to her, he looked at her straight. He's like, "Don't you care about your family, about everybody else here that, meaning
About
him?"
anyone. Yeah, he said, don't you care about anyone? And obviously he was referring to him.
Like frustrated. He's like, "Are you serious? You're gonna walk away and leave everyone here that cares about you and loves you, and not even care?" And then, of course, we don't even have to mention the scene at the end in the vault. He got right up in her face. He was like,
perfect.
I'm done. You need to accept this and move on. Stop running. Enough.
Yeah, and she knew that.
And I love her attitude. I want to stop running because that's the first time we can have Emma acknowledge that she was running. Well,
But I like
she
how it was
wanted to
about.
stop.
It's a nice callback. Well, being Mother's Day when it was on, that her main reason was how her mother reacted to meeting Leia, obviously, and she realizes that's the way she's been to her with Mary Margaret ever since, well, they found out about their relation.
Ever since the curse broke. That's
Yeah.
Because if you see I can't remember who did this gift set, but bless that person who did a gift set of Mary Margaret hugging Emma right after the curse breaks, and Emma hugging Snow in the Enchanted Forest, and Emma and Snow have the exact same look on their face.
Yes. I really
I thought
loved
it was awesome that was what made her realize. So you could see it as it was happening. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
she misses them. She wants to go back.
Yeah.
That's it. That was the moment when Snow pulled away from the hug. You could see it.
Yeah.
I thought Jennifer Morrison did such a great, like her face was awesome in that scene because you could tell that was the turning point
Yeah.
for her.
Yeah.
Her face
Yeah,
was
she's
awesome
just,
in the whole 2 hours. I was like, damn.
And,
And
her
then
loss.
of course, Killian wipes her tears right after that.
Oh.
Yeah,
of course,
because he's perfect.
Mm.
Okay, let's go to the next question. What do you? Okay, Anonymous on Tumblr asks, hello, big fan. I was just wondering how past Hook was in the Enchanted Forest with his hand already off at the time. If past Rumpel said that he hadn't tried to kill him yet at that point of time. Love the scenes with past Hook, Emma, and Killian, so I'm not complaining. So I think our Anonymous doesn't really understand the timeline. Does someone want to explain the timeline here?
Okay.
I think Hook just came back sooner than we assumed he had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Around
Yeah.
for the whole Snow Charming King George Regina War shit, and we didn't know. We figured he'd come back just before the curse.
Yeah.
I didn't
No,
even
he was
find
just
out.
showing. He was just showing. I
Obviously,
know.
Well, no, I think what he was doing was he was looking once he struck that deal with Pan to get back to the Enchanted Forest. He was looking for a way to kill Rumpel, and it took him a while to figure out about Belle. And once he figured out about Belle, that's when he, broke into Regina's castle and all that other stuff.
Yeah, he wasn't just chilling and drinking. He was still pursuing his revenge. He just had to figure out what the hell was going on.
Yeah, but in the meantime, while he's not doing that, he can,
Get
drink
laid.
and carouse and get laid. Exactly.
And she keeps dancing in the night.
So he didn't find out about Belle until she was already in Regina's prison.
Yeah, which was right before the curse.
And
Yeah, but Belle was there for a while also.
Emma
He
and
didn't
Killian
find
got
out
there.
before the curse.
When Emma and Killian got there, Belle and Rumple weren't even in a relationship yet.
Oh, that was
No,
great.
Well, remember,
Indeed.
we have to remember, Rumple and Belle weren't actually in a relationship for very long because the second she kisses him, she throws her in the dungeon and then she takes off.
Nice
And
guy.
it's when she tries to get back to him that Regina snatches her.
So I'm
Body
thinking
snatchers.
They hadn't gotten to the point where I don't even think they had gotten to the whole she falls out of the curtain and he catches her bit yet.
right.
Probably not.
So this was probably like not too long
Post
after.
Robin Hood, though, because he told her to go read a book.
By the
Yeah.
time
These two,
he discovers Belle in Regina's prison, Snow is already very close to giving birth, and Regina is on the cusp of casting that curse. So obviously, it's a good 9 months, possibly more, before
Yeah.
he even discovers her.
And I would
think it's a
even
couple
say-
years even.
Yeah, it's years. It's got to be at least 2 years.
I think it's like 2 years or something, because there's a whole war that gets fought before they have their real wedding, and the whole bit with
Yeah.
them meeting and getting to the coffin and all of that, the sleeping curse. Like, I think he's probably in the Enchanted Forest for a couple years before the curse.
So he was there a little bit early, probably trying to find that dagger. That's what he was looking
Yeah.
for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
and we know this is after the flashback in Lacey because Marion has given birth, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, but basically the whole thing with I think maybe some people don't really get this, but the whole thing with Mila and Hook and Rumple happened like 300 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I hear one more person say that, Regina, well, I mean, that about Mila coming back from the dead, she died
Ugh.
300 years ago. It's not happening.
No.
Please stop.
Yeah, and it's not the same fucking situation.
Rumple would be a bigamist. I wouldn't
That's
be worried
exactly
about
what
Captain
I was
Swan.
just
I'd be
gonna
worried
say.
about Rumbell.
Exactly, because technically, if Mila came back from the dead, Rumple is already married to her.
I'm sure that marriage would be like ended because she was dead for a few centuries. I don't
And
think that would be
even
like
if
a
Mila-
big legal problem
It's
he
not
would
the
have.
same thing for Mila to come back because Killian would not choose Mila. Like,
No.
no,
No.
because Mila, we don't know much about Mila, but Mila did not make him a better person.
No.
Emma does.
And
He
and
deeply loves
that conversation he had with Charming, he said that he didn't believe in true love until he met the right person. Clearly, that right person was Emma and not Mila. I mean,
Yeah.
he loved Mila. Don't get me wrong. He loved and adored her, and would have done anything for her. I mean, he was willing to die for her. But it's not on the same level of what he feels for Emma. It's just not.
Yeah, I mean, like, he absolutely loved Mila. He spent 300 years looking to avenge her death. But, like, even in the midst of him coming back from Neverland and, like, hunting down a dagger, President Hook still believes that if he'd remembered Emma in the past, he would have basically given it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
I mean, he said it straight up to Charming. He would go to the end of the world
Or time.
Or time.
for her, or time. He would do anything for her. And I know that he loved Mila, but I don't think he would have gone that far for her. Honestly.
Well, he did live for 300 years.
Well, I think at some point we're going to get a line where he says, I thought I was living 300 years for revenge, but it turns out I was just living 300 years to meet you.
Oh.
We got to get it at some point. We have to.
What? Michelle, what if it's in the wedding vows?
You're
Oh, God.
sapping.
I think
Aw.
he
So sappy.
that way so he could live long enough to meet her and to be with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But seriously,
Honestly,
imagine that line in
as
wedding
much-
vows.
after Revenge, I I think he always knew in his heart that revenge wasn't going to happen. He's not stupid. He knows that the Dark One is virtually unkillable. I think
I actually don't agree. I think he really did think he could get his revenge.
He was going after her because he wanted to. I mean, he was going after him because he wanted to die. I'm pretty sure that he was ready for Rumple to take him down. He didn't care. He honestly didn't care.
I'm ready for the
Didn't care
sword.
about hurting him first, though. I think he would have been pissed if, like, he hadn't gotten a shot in or done some harm to Rumple.
Yeah,
before Rumple kill. Like it was definitely like a suicide mission kind of thing, and he knew that, but he was for sure looking to do some damage.
Well, yes,
that's exactly what happened at the town line when Rumple shot it, or when Hook shot at Belle. Was he destroyed the thing that Rumple loved, and then knowing that it would enrage Rumple to the point where he would kill him.
Exactly.
But he got him right where he wanted him in New York.
He always knew that this was a one-way, ticket, and it was something he was not going to be coming back from. It wasn't until Lacey, or was it episode? No, it wasn't until episode 20 when he saw Rumple with Lacey that he started to realize that he didn't want to die anymore. He actually wanted to live. He figured out that there was more to his existence than revenge.
And if you think about it, it could go back to Tallahassee because he was ready to give it up in Tallahassee. And then, bam!
Then Emma betrayed him.
I'm sorry. Nobody can tell me that Killian Jones was not ready to give up his revenge for Emma back at Tallahassee. I mean, it was it was written on his face.
Oh yes, but she made him mad, and
exactly, she betrayed him. So he was like, "Wait, no, I was wrong."
And then without the pretty blonde girl, he goes right back into revenge.
But after episode 20, in episode 22, after the diner scene when she told him that he could be a part of something bigger, that's when his whole perspective changed. That moment was when he knew that he could not go back to what he once was.
No, I think it was back when they were in the mines with Mara and Greg, and they tell him, "Are you ready to die for what you believe in?" And he looked like,
nope.
Fuck.
Nope.
You crazy.
I want to live.
Okay, next question. We still have two. So Anonymous asks, love the podcast. I look forward to it every week. Elsa was the biggest surprise for me. I was expecting Will Scarlet to come out of the bottle. The important question is, how do you think Elsa is related to Henry? I honestly hope she's not related in any way to anyone in Storybrooke.
Honestly, I've heard some theories about her being Will Scarlet's sister or something.
Well, it depends
Will
on how long.
Scarlet's sister, remember, or died in the frozen river. I don't know how much
Will Scarlet is Anna?
Apparently.
It
No,
depends.
but Will Scarlet's true love is Anna.
So her sister-in-law is Anna.
I think it depends on how long she's
been
been
there.
in that urn. That if she's been in that urn for a long time, then she can't be related, at least not directly, to any of our people. That she be distant relation.
She can't be related to Rumple and to Hook.
Exactly. He can be related to Hook.
God.
Oh, God. Please no.
But
No,
I'm just putting my vote for Hook's mother.
Well, we don't know who she is.
I just started
Nice.
laughing. I thought it was hilarious because we had all those interviews when Frozen was so huge, and we love Frozen. We'd love to play with Frozen at some point, and then they stopped, and then she came out, and I was like, oh my god, really?
Let it go. Let it go.
All the way up to the point where I actually saw the dress, I still had this idea that it was some sort of water character because it was blue. I was like, okay, is it
This is
some sort of water character? And then I saw the back of her dress, and I was like, oh no, not Elsa, no.
For a second, I know an argument could be made that Sydney is Aladdin's genie, but for a second I thought it was the genie, and then I saw her. I didn't realize it until it was panning up over her hair that I realized it was Elsa.
Yeah.
For a second, I thought it was Abigail. I don't know, the hair.
Why?
And the way I don't know. It's the hair and the hair and the way she walks. It was like
Why would
Abigail
Abigail
and
be
the
the
dress.
That whoever the poor girl who had to stand in for Elsa, because they haven't obviously cast the real Elsa yet, was clearly trying to mimic the animation from the movie when she was walking away.
It was
She
She
tried.
did it really well.
a little too much.
Yeah, but I just love how she destroyed the urn with her ice. And she did not like being in there. She's gonna be pissed.
Oh, but do you guys know this? If you've gone back to see it, and we all know you have gone back to see it, the past hook scene, there's an exact same urn sitting in the background.
Well,
Not-
considering Elsa's urn was locked up in that room, it's not the same one. I'm just gonna
But
say
there
that
was a theory.
the props department just had a dearth of urns and just put them in there.
No, there's a theory that the urn Hook had was Anna and Elsa wasn't with Rumple, but that Hook didn't know. It would be weird.
I don't know. I think really it was like Michelle said, that it was just a prop, because otherwise they would have the camera would have
Lingered on it. Yeah.
on it. Yeah.
Rumpel really needs to label those things.
I gotta tell
Ice
you,
Queen, do not touch.
I gotta tell you, the one camera shot that lingered that I loved the most had to be when Emma was kissing past Hook, and present Hook was walking around his desk, like his head hooked, like he was like watching them as he was walking, and because she was turning him, trying to keep his vision out of the way so that he wouldn't see other Hook, and Hook's following them like, what?
I just have to wonder what that must have looked like to him, like real life porn or something.
He was like, wait, what? No, what's going on?
He didn't expect that she was gonna lay it on him like that,
No.
and he's just like, you ass. What?
No, he's like, really? I had to bust my ass to get that, and you get it within 5 seconds. What the hell?
Hey.
You're just giving it away now.
She was playing him though.
Show me your waist. Oh, wait, you're me.
That's why that punch was extra hard, because he was like, you know what, fuck you.
And you know, the punch combined with the rum is what helped him not remember.
Oh yeah.
Because that was close to being a concussion level punch.
Yeah. But it was just so well timed. Like every time Emma was trying to stall, and the next minute she was trying to hurry up because she realized he was still on board. Oh, I seem to have regained my stance. Well, you don't have to carry me now.
I'm gonna go ahead down and yell at my Hook while you talk to Smee up here. And what the hell is he
No,
still
and that
doing
was
on
the
board?
best thing.
Oh,
Me is
Smee.
the only one who noticed. Why are you wearing a different vest?
Confused. Smee
Is
was
that
like,
a new
"What's
vest,
changing your
Captain?
Wait, aren't you like already on board the ship? What's going on?
I have to wonder what kind of kinky games Smith thought that Hook and Emma were playing, like with Hook changing his clothes or whatever. Like,
And then Emma and Present Hook leave. Like, we didn't get a bit of Smee saying, "But your vest!" Again!
Well, remember, he sent Smee off, so Smee was
Oh, that's
gone.
true. Smee was gone. He was off the ship.
Yeah.
He's
So-
like,
Would have been funny if
think
Smee
you know
came
what,
back up,
after-
though.
We want some privacy.
Yeah.
The best bit though was when Smee was trying to kill those rats, and he goes, "Don't, just leave it. One day you'll
Understand.
you'll understand."
uh,
Oh, Everything about that whole past Hook sequence was gold.
Yeah.
Okay, we have the last question.
Ah,
Anonymous,
yay.
yay. Anonymous asks, I thought Hook automatically volunteering to go talk to Emma and everyone agreeing and Harry giving him the storybook was amazing because they
Yeah.
all know it's become a big part of her life. What reaction would you want to see from them, the town, about their relationship?
Oh,
I don't think they're surprised.
it took you long enough.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I'm
The only,
telling you.
the only person whose reaction that I want to see is Snow, because she's the one holdout of this whole thing.
Snow is gonna be so pissy about it. I'm just gonna tell you guys.
Although,
She'll talk to Emma first, or she'll talk to Hook first about it, though. That's. I mean, Snow's reaction is definitely going to be the more interesting reaction. Charming is just like, he's fine with it now. He's like, yeah, okay, go
Charming's
talk
like,
to her, bro. Like,
I thought
Yeah.
actually I
No,
thought as a preview of their future relationship, the scene with like Snow when she was like a ladybug and she was like and she was targeting
Like how?
Hook. She was targeting Hook. It's like, do you think your mother-in-law bugs you? Killian's mother-in-law bugs him more.
literally. And
She
Snow got to be a ladybug at least, so she didn't turn to a freaking cockroach. At least she lucked out with a bug that had wings.
Yeah.
Getting away from the fire, that was a gamble.
Oh, yeah.
what I want to
I
see
think
that,
Charming is going to be like the whole. I mean, see, you guys see Friends, right? He's gonna be the Ross Geller. My sister and my best friend. Oh, my sister and my best friend.
But
That's gonna be Charming's reaction. It's gonna be like, wait,
My daughter and my
mate?
maid.
Oh, my daughter and my mate.
know
It's gonna be
something?
Charming.
She doesn't even realize how much she has to owe him, because if it wasn't for him and that little pep talk that he gave to Charming, Charming would have walked the other way. He was like ready to go. He didn't even think that true love was real, and Hook kind of went in there and saved it.
I think one of my
Oh,
favorite
yeah,
bits of
it's in the
Hook with the
book.
Charmings was when he interrupted the net scene. I thought it was great. I was like,
yeah.
this is the classic
Yeah.
Snowfall's net scene, and it's like I really liked seeing all the differences and the similarities between Snow Drifts and Snow Falls, and Hook interrupting the net scene I thought was a great one.
Yeah.
It's like, no, she's telling the truth, she doesn't have the ring.
Mm.
My princess has it.
Yeah.
Oh.
What
I
I want
thought-
to see, just to go back to the Charmings for a second, what I want to see is Henry's reaction to his mom dating Captain Hook, because we
Oh.
got his reaction to Regina dating Robin Hood, and he thought it was awesome. Now I want to see his reaction to Emma dating Captain Hook.
Oh, he's totally going to be so amused by it. He likes Killian when they were hanging out when he didn't have memories and stuff.
Yeah.
He gave Killian the book. That is so big. Henry doesn't let the show.
And then Killian carried it all through the Enchanted Forest.
Except for the part where it mysteriously disappeared when he was in princely clothes.
I'm just
Oh,
going
yeah.
to assume that Rumpel zapped it away.
Mm. And it
I'm
recovered
going to
it.
assume he set the statue away.
Maybe he checked it when they got to the ball.
Yeah, it's like luggage.
He knew how important the book was to Henry, so he wasn't going to let the book out of his sight. And they needed it too to make sure that whatever events they cocked up, got fixed properly. And they had to check the book to make sure. Kind of like, the photograph of Marty McFly and his brother and sister. By the way, Marty McWho? Isn't that a wizard?
That was great.
He's a guy who went into the future with the DeLorean.
Okay, but
And
what
just
do
a wizard?
first? Do they watch, because now there's 3, do they watch Disney Peter Pan, Back to the Future, or Star Wars? What is the first movie that they make Hook watch?
Or Princess Bride?
Well, Princess Bride hasn't been specifically
That hasn't
referenced
been
on the
specifically,
show.
like, referenced,
Well, it
yeah.
should be.
I'm gonna say Peter Pan just because he needs to see himself. But then
What,
it's
get
Back to the
eaten by a
Future.
crocodile?
Then it's Back to the Future, and then Star Wars.
Yeah, I don't think Emma's going to be in a rush to have him see the metal bikini in the third Star Wars
Return of
movie.
the Jedi. No.
Like,
I don't
hey,
know, you've given
that
me some
Princess Leia
ideas.
got a metal bikini. Why don't you have a metal bikini?
I have a middle.
No, they're talking about.
What's a
Uh,
bikini?
Was she wearing anything under that?
What's your opinion on Prince Neil?
Hmm?
What was your reaction and your opinion to Prince Neil?
Prince. I grumbled at first.
Okay, I just
the baby Neil. You know.
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
I get why, but still, they don't know the story, all the details behind what Neil did to her. So it's still a little grumbly.
Henry knows.
But
Hook knows.
I'm still a little.
Honestly, I saw
but,
the
you know,
post. Did you guys see the post about making Neil Luke?
yeah.
Well,
because Emma is Leia, Hook is Han, and Neil is Luke because he's actually Emma's brother now.
I suppose that it makes sense that they named him Neil. I would have if they were going to go down that road, I would have preferred that they named him Bay or Bellfire. But oh well.
I would have
See,
preferred
the thing that bugs me about it, besides the fact
They
that
didn't know Neil.
that they didn't know him. Like he said,
Right.
Charming
And the
said
whole thing,
that he was loved and stuff, and I'm like, but you guys didn't know him. You knew him for
you
like
guys
30
didn't even
seconds.
want to know him. You didn't really care.
And suddenly you're naming your kid after him? That's messed up.
I don't get why they're like pretending they loved him. Like even Snow said it, like you talked to him twice in your life. Why aren't you naming your kid after Graham that actually did save you and gave his life for you, and you have not mentioned him the rest of your life?
Honestly, I think
For you.
Graham was gonna be their original name because they wanted Jamie back. So Jamie was going to be in the spots where Red was.
No, I think that I think it's weird that they didn't ask Rumple first. And that's the other weird thing, is that Neil is the name Neil chose when he got here. Like, he had to create a fake identity and stuff. It wasn't even his real name. His real name's Balefire.
Can I say,
but he
though,
prefers
on the line
Neil.
of not asking Rumple, I thought the fact that they got married out in the woods with just her dad really showed how isolated Rumble is still as a couple.
Oh yeah.
I
But
didn't
the well
I wasn't
is-
like that.
Just Archie. Don't forget Archie.
And where did Archie get the ability to solemnize marriages? Did he get it on the internet?
From the curse.
Must have.
Maybe.
The cricket. They'll find a way.
From the curse, remember? The same way he got his PhD.
Well, I
Oh,
do
boy.
not. I do not want Archie officiating a Captain Swan wedding. I'm just putting that out there.
That would be a little creepy.
It wasn't as though
They should bring Lancelot back.
it wasn't as though they could ask Blue. She would have looked at them and gone, no. No. Look elsewhere.
Doesn't a
And
captain
she
have,
would have been right. I mean, come on.
Okay, I was confused with Blue, though. I was confused in this episode. This is something that confused me. I always thought Snow met the fairies because of Grumpy, because we saw in when they were launching the attack to save Charming from King George's castle, that Grumpy called in the favor with the fairies on the air assault. And I always thought that was when she met Blue and stuff, because we know that she didn't meet the real Blue back when her mother died. And then here she was just calling up the blue fairy as a ladybug, and I was confused.
Well, she has been living in the forest for a while.
Maybe she was just asking for help randomly, and the blue fairy was like, okay, I'm gonna help you.
Remember when Geppetto was wishing, and she's like, I hear you wish. You don't have to hear it so loudly. The bitch.
Wasn't that Archie? Oh.
Yeah, but honestly, and her whole, no, you're not. Come on, why would you reveal that to everyone else?
Oh, she's
And they're like, no, you're not. And I was like, wait, what, bitch? Here, come on.
Anyway,
spoilers.
the the Prince Nia thing is it's not my preferred name. I was rooting for Graham, but I'm just relieved the kid isn't
What's his
called
name?
like Reginald or Daniel.
Oh
So,
yeah, that would have been worse.
Leopold.
Reginald would have been
but
Leopold.
Well, Leo's not a bad name.
yeah,
Leo
Leo is
was
a
my mom.
cute name.
Leopold was not.
Yeah, Leopold. If it would have been like Leo or Leonardo or something,
Leonardo.
Leopold is bad.
Congratulations, Snow, you're giving birth to a Ninja Turtle.
Oh
Hey,
boy.
hey, hey.
In
My mom's name, okay? And my sister's name and my grandma's name. So don't say it. No mocking. No.
Yeah.
Okay, but well, anyway, it could have been worse. It could have been better, but it also could have been worse. And
Yeah.
we should have realized that it was Neil when Ginny said that it like made her cry, and that's like typical
You're a
Ginny.
Wildfire fan.
Yeah.
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 So
Well,
let's
I always got the impression that because Michael was obviously friends with like the entire cast that killing Neil affected them more than it affected us. You know what I
Well, I
mean?
bet.
So that's
Yeah.
why when she sees that when she got the script and saw that they named the kid Neil after this, character that played by an actor that they liked, that would affect her and not necessarily large segments of the
But I'm gonna
audience.
say to all listeners,
Yes.
naming your kid after your daughter's ex-boyfriend is kind of creepy.
It is creepy.
Yeah.
I was like, oh god, no.
Yeah, but it would only ever happen in their situation where their daughter is the same age as them. Like, what other normal parents are going to be able to name their next child after, like, their first
I
child?
don't know. I'm just PSA, you never know.
It's better than Albus Severus.
Hey, I like Albus Severus.
It
I
is
like
better than Albus Severus.
No, it's better than Albus Severus.
No, honestly, no. I don't think anything can be better than Elvis Severus because Elvis would be perfect, but I like the Elvis part, but why the fuck the Severus part?
I know. Oh boy.
This is not an HD podcast, so we can Mari, control yourself. Lisa, you were talking about Firefly. That's the same way I get about Harry Potter, so it's better not to start me.
Okay, so let's not start. What other comments do you have on the episode? Anything else to say?
I have
Wow, this was great.
one of the best scenes for me at the dance. I remember when they both walked in, and she was like, "What is the big deal about this whole thing? They're always going about this ball and that ball." And then he turns and she sees like the crowd like parts, and she sees them all dancing, and just her face just lit up. She couldn't believe what she was seeing.
I like
And
the
he
smile
says-
on his face when he saw her realize that.
Honestly, and you see, and then a couple, like when somebody's rambling on and the other person knows they're wrong, and he was just like laughing inside. He's like, "Oh, wait a minute, Swan. Wait a minute," and then he sees the face and
And the whole time that they were dancing, I had never seen her look so free, so just
and happy.
happy and vulnerable, and her smile was genuine. I mean, her smile just lit up the whole room. And when he looked at her while they were dancing, he looked at her with he just adored her, and it was beautiful. It was
And think
beautiful.
about this: Emma probably didn't go to prom,
No.
Probably not.
so that was her first dance ever.
I think
just wanna-
Emma's face in general, all the times when she realized it was her dad and that this was the moment her parents met, her face in that scene, and her face also after the ball when Charming was like, "I will find you," like her smile, she was just like, she was so happy, like, "Oh, this
Our
works,
smile.
this is
It's the
awesome."
smile we have watching this episode.
Yeah, the smiles were great, but also were all the moments she realized, oh boy, I fucked up.
Those are funny.
No, the best part were his expression to Swan, please shut up, please shut up.
Yes, I was just about to say that. Like when Belle
Spoilers.
comes in, when Belle comes in and she's like, "Oh, Belle," and then she's like, "God, it's a wonder those two fell for each other." And Killian's just like, "Oh my God, Swan, please shut up."
I can't take this woman anywhere.
Every time she opens her mouth to talk to somebody in the past, Killian just looks like, Swan, I love you, but shut up, shut up, shut up.
And when he was scratching his head before she put the corset on, it's basically like, "Come on, dear, we're going to be late."
Basically, this was giving us a preview, a sneak peek of what they're going to be like as a couple.
And I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
it's a cross I'm gonna have to bear. It's a cross I'm gonna have to bear. Yes,
Well,
I'm sure it's such a hard cross to
Well,
bear.
you know, towards the beginning when they were all talking at Granny's, and she was she didn't want anybody to know that she was still planning on leaving, and he kind of made that
Well, I think that was part of his. I mean, I don't think he like planned it, but when he saw the opportunity to call her out in front of her family, he was desperate at that point to get her to face reality, so he took it.
Funny though,
Emma was also 100% justified in walking out the door. Like, it was not the time to be talking about it. And, like, when Regina especially came in and tried forcing it, like, there was no other way it was going to go. Emma was going to be walking out of that diner.
What was funny though was when he found out that Charming was engaged to another woman, and
yes.
it was Midas, his daughter, and he goes, "Midas, the one whose touch turns everything into gold." He's like, "Yeah, why would you turn down that opportunity?" And she just slaps him in the arm. I'm like, married.
Very, very married.
No, and then Charming with the foot in the mouth. She's stubborn, just like her. Everyone in the family.
Yeah, he started to say mother, and so gave him the stink eye. Oh, speaking of stink eyes, can we talk about the one of Past Hook's companions at the table giving Emma the stink eye when she walked up?
They were not pleased.
But I love one because one of them was giving her the stink eye, and the other one looked like she had seen heaven. It's like, hi, you're pretty.
Yes,
that one girl was the one that was next to him on his right side, who was like all up on him. When Emma walked up, she just looked at her like, "This bitch, really?"
I think he likes pitting girls against each other. That's why he said when he thought about her and Tinkerbell, perhaps I'm gonna see a girl fight.
Kept everyone else away from the table, though. Like, as soon as Emma showed up, the next thing we see is just him and Emma. Like,
he like made everybody else too. And that didn't. And it's interesting to contrast that with what happened the night he met Mila, because when we see them in the tavern, they're at the table, but everybody else is around the table at the same time.
Yeah, and it's
not. No. And can we talk about? We both know I'm his type. No, actually.
Technically, no.
You were not his type.
We haven't seen a Hook with a blonde in any time or place except Emma.
Yep.
Well, she was right.
Because he is his person.
What draws to Emma is the fact that she's a complete and utter beautiful badass and not her hair color.
What was funny though was when he was explaining that he needed her to distract him so that he could get on to the Jolly Roger, and she's like, okay, and she takes her foot down, she starts to open up her corset, and he looks at her and goes, what are you doing? And like his voice goes, his voice.
And he looks at the corset like it betrayed him.
What are you doing?
No, and he did it again down in the captain's quarters. He's like, so you brought it back to my ship, and his like voice went up like a whole octave, and you're like, holy crap.
But I love
His
that
chip.
movie.
You know what I
Because-
mean?
He was like, no, close the boobies off. Those are mine, not his. Close the boobies off.
Yes, it was like, and then he turned to look at the boobs, and he was like, "You betrayed me. You both betrayed me." Okay.
Corsets are evil. He's like, corsets are evil. Hook out.
Although I am kind of looking forward, and I know we'll never get this because it's on ABC, but for a comment that this world has corsets.
Hmm.
And
They
Wait,
could.
okay, we can the comment. We can get it. I mean, if we got when I stab you with my sword, you'll feel it. We can get a comment about corsets.
What I'm
Uh,
looking forward to more than anything is when this season starts up. I don't know if it's going to take up right where season 3 left off, or if there's going to be like a couple weeks difference or something. But what I want to see is them two like literally not able to keep their hands off of each other.
Each other?
You know
Yeah.
they're gonna be like the horny teenagers.
I want them to get caught making out all over town.
Yes.
Well, it's been a
Oh,
while.
Jesus, yes.
Honestly,
Let it go.
Point
Let
where
it go.
people are like, get a room.
They don't care what they're going to say.
And maybe a comment from Aunt Granny like, "You should see what they're doing in the bathroom."
And she has wolf hearing. She'd know.
Exactly.
I really hope we get to see Emma's new place. That's what I want to see next season. I want to see the apartment
Yeah.
that Henry's basically
Yes.
picked out, and see Emma in a place that is, I really liked seeing her loft in New York. It was a really nice loft.
Yeah.
I want to see where she winds up in Storybrooke.
You guys think
Yes.
that Hook is going to stay in his room at Granny's, or do you think he's going to move in with her?
I think
Is
in
he-
the beginning,
They're not moving in together this fast.
No.
No.
Yeah.
But
that's
where
what
is
I'm
Hook
thinking.
living? Isn't living
That's what
with
I've been
Granny?
wondering. Everybody assumes it's Granny's, but for some reason I don't, and I don't know why. But I can't think where else he'd be staying.
Exactly. Where else could it be?
He probably stole a boat. It would not shock me if he stole a boat.
Commandeered.
Stole from where? Where did he go and get a boat? Everybody's in Storybrooke who would own
He
the boat.
stole Leroy's boat. Remember that ramshackle thing Leroy had in season 1? He probably stole that.
He borrowed it. He brought it back. The boat is sitting in Storybrooke. If he's stealing a boat, he's not stealing it. He's just squatting.
Yeah, but, I mean,
Honestly,
Town people.
A room at Granny's is about the only thing that he's got left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but how's he paying for it? He left his
Well, he's-
treasure on the Jolly Roger.
They're not going
I
to tell us
imagine
any
he
of that,
probably-
any of how he pays for it, any of how he has any money at all and is like surviving on
Well,
food.
I
would-
don't think he's giving
would-
Granny's favors.
I would imagine
Oh
that.
my god,
before-
bro.
No.
Bro, stop it.
I would,
Serena put it up one time.
I would imagine that before he gave the ship up to whoever it was that he gave it up to, that they probably let him pack up, his things.
But where? He showed up in New York with nothing other than his person and the vial of potion. Like, that's
But
it.
hey,
He
he
has no
has
possessions.
pockets in the cult, and he's Mary Poppins. Okay.
He's not a
Maybe-
Time Lord. He's
I think
not
he
the
just has a
Doctor. He
huge
doesn't have
tab at
infinite
Granny's.
pockets.
I
No.
would imagine.
But he's Mary Poppins.
I
He's
would
got a big
imagine
coat.
he at least took one purse of gold at the very least. At the very least, so he could
Yeah,
survive.
but how long
mean,
is that one? How long is that one purse of gold going to last him? He's
Maybe
got to get like a
they might
job or
just do.
something.
Right now, I think
Maybe-
he's on
Maybe.
Emma's tab at Granny's. Because
think
if he was
gold is
there as
worth more.
Emma's like partner in this mission that she left New York for when Henry didn't have his memories or whatever, I think she's kind of on her tab, or he has his own tab, and every once in a while somebody pays something for it.
I don't even know how.
Maybe
It's like, hey,
How-
Granny, here's
maybe
something on
his
Hook's tab.
gold is like the rum. It's a never-ending gold.
Never-ending gold and never-ending love.
Well, this is 300-year-old gold. I imagine it's worth a lot. So
Yeah.
if she exchanges it, he's probably got a fat wad. I guarantee you.
And
Probably.
he
We're
has
going,
natural
we're
hope.
going down. Before they left New York, they went to like Goldman Sachs or something and exchanged. They went to Wells Fargo and exchanged his gold for actual money. That's what they did.
That
Now
makes sense.
with that fat wad, step 1 can be get a new wardrobe. Step 2, get a job.
That's another question. Now that it's established and they're going to be in a relationship and no one's going anywhere, are they going to put Hook in modern clothing, or are they going to leave him as a pirate?
Yeah.
Here's
We're gonna
hoping.
leave him as a pirate because that's how he thinks he looks handsome.
Well, I think
And we're gonna. I doubt we'll see anything of where Hook is staying or if Hook gets a job or how Hook pays for things. He's just gonna like be where Emma needs him to be next
Harbor
season, and shit's gonna hit the fan really quick, and then it'll be that, off to the races again.
I say waistcoat. I mean, waistcoats. Come on. You can't
Yeah.
go wrong with waistcoats.
Well,
No.
it doesn't surprise me because like the entirety of season 3 happened over the course of what, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah. And a year.
It makes me laugh to think that Emma got together with Hook like a week after Neil died. Like, way to mourn your ex-boyfriend, girl.
No.
Yeah,
And not
this
just
is
a
last
week before.
years ago.
10 years.
2 weeks after she almost got engaged, and a week after her ex died.
Such
Yeah,
stories of true love in fairy tale land.
yeah, that's true. Although I think they've gotten a better journey than most of the other ones, where we just got one episode and it was instantly established. This has been a friggin' journey, an investment for crying out loud, and it's paid
not
off.
over. And it's not
Nope.
over yet because
Nope.
I have no idea what Adam Haddy have in mind, but I'm sure it will be evil.
Well,
Yeah.
now
I
that
think they're
If
gonna
we
do
get
it
any,
this
Emma
knowing
doesn't want
way.
to be in a relationship because she broke up Regina and Robin Hood, though, I will throw something. I've
Oh
seen
boy.
that in interviews or whatever, like, oh, Emma has guilt. We'll see how she wants to, like, how or if she wants to be in a relationship. Broke up.
It is
I'm like,
such-
no,
No.
none of that. That is ridiculous.
No.
That is
It
stupid.
is
And someone
such
needs to slap her if she says that.
I
That
think
is
that's
stupid.
I think that's Eddie being a troll. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
that Emma.
Eddie loves
I think-
being a
okay.
troll.
Okay, I think that, on some level, Emma's gonna, be like, she might feel guilty, maybe, but I don't think it's gonna stop her from being
But
happy
she saved
because
the
she's
fucking
been.
life.
I
Come
mean,
on,
she didn't.
people.
I mean, I
Yes.
agree that she didn't do anything wrong. I'm just saying that, she's, she's gonna have to deal with the consequences of this. That Regina is unhappy, and when Regina is unhappy, she tends to lash out at people. So.
this bitch better not try to break them up in any way, shape, or form, or
Oh no.
somebody's getting hurt.
I hope if Emma does feel guilty, that Hook or someone like even Snow in
Tells her she didn't do
the
anything wrong.
in my perfect world it will be Snow, and she will say, no, Regina is crazy and she's blaming you for something that's not your fault, you did the right thing.
Yeah.
Well,
I hope it would be Snow because it would mean a lot coming from her because of her story with Regina and whatever. But I don't know if I see her with her new
And
Regina worshipping characterization. I don't know if I see her doing this.
honestly,
last
they've
thing-
spent so much time getting Emma to a point where she can be in a committed relationship that they can develop on screen, that they're gonna want to do it and see how that functions, because
And then-
like I keep saying, her last two relationships, one sent her to jail, the other one was a monkey, and Killian has been in a relationship in 300 years. So there's gonna be, just based on that, conflict and things, and how they transition from being friends and allies to being, boyfriend and girlfriend. That's
oh.
and plus, Elsa's gonna be around screwing stuff up too.
Yeah, I don't know how much actual like dating we'll get, as opposed to just like their normal relationship plus touching and
Cooties?
kissing.
I don't want her to feel guilty, but I would like them both to at least feel responsible for what's happening, and they like decide, okay, we've made this mess, let's fix it together, like we always do.
And then we can have sex.
Oh,
And
that'd be
on
good.
that note, I think, do you guys have anything else to say about the episode?
I'm sorry,
Well,
but we have not talked about something really, really important.
What?
Swan, you're depriving me of a dashing rescue.
the only one who saves me is me. That
I
is
think
so
you know what I
unlucky.
think. I think part of that was in a way maybe not like a conscious thing, but Killian trying to make up for leaving her in Rumpel's cell because that's the last time she was locked up, and he left her there, and this time he was coming to save her. Now she had already saved herself, just like they did when they were in Rumpel's cell, but.
Yeah.
I don't think it was conscious of
why-
that at all. I think it
I
was.
love that scene because it's
Well,
like,
kind of
Well,
bust her out of there.
That's why he was so exasperated. He's like, really?
Although,
hey, come on, you're making me look bad in front of my mate. Come on.
I
although
like how they can even make Marion getting a concussion look funny. Well, I guess we're kidnapping you. Always knew there was some fire in you, Swan.
you know,
Yeah, a
one,
little pirate. Oh God.
That
one
was
thing-
I love the you have a little pirate in you. That comparison to the time he told her that she would make an hell of a pirate. Her reaction, like she was a bit annoyed the first time, and this time she was like proud.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
He was so
she was
giddy.
she was
giddy.
pr-
She was like,
she was proud of the fact that he was proud of her. That
Well,
was
no, and not only that, but she was recognizing that him calling her a pirate is the highest form of compliment he has.
exactly.
And then he calls her a pirate, and then she calls him a hero at the end. So that
Exactly.
was a
and
full
my hero
circle.
becomes true.
But no, in that dungeon scene when he was trying to find her, it kind of lends credence to and supports the legend of that ring. That true love follows it wherever it goes.
Yes, because he had it on her
Emma
hand.
had it in her hand.
And they and he found her. So, and let's not forget when they were watching, when she got to watch her mother and father fall in love, that he was saying to her that they were going separate ways, and she said, no, that's how it's supposed to go. It took them a while to recognize their feelings, and he's like, well, it must run in
Listen,
the
their
family.
family.
And
But-
I love that scene
Yeah.
because he's still looking forward. He's still looking
But-
at them, and he's
but she
looking at
looks-
him.
Yeah, she was looking at him, and their faces were so close. I honestly thought that they were going to kiss right there.
Okay, so we did have one question that I haven't read because it was not about the episode. It was about the podcast episode during the hiatus, if we are going to do them. So the question is yes or no, we are going to do some podcast episode. We're going to be talking about season 2 because people have asked us to talk about season 2, and if we get any news, any spoilers, we'll talk about that. But not soon,
Because-
not next week, because I am a bit busy, hopefully graduating college, university soon. So me and me. So we're gonna be starting hopefully in the middle of June, when it's all over. So yeah, this is gonna be the last podcast for a while, and but we will be back. And and the other thing I wanted to say that I always forget is that if you're listening to the podcast using iTunes, you can only download the last 15 podcasts, the last 15 episodes, but all the episodes are online on the Captain Swan podcast Tumblr.
And remember to
Well,
leave us a review and ratings on iTunes.
yeah, and yeah, the review, and I'm gonna be creating a page with the links to every single podcast of season 3. It's a bit time consuming, but I will do it. So yeah, when I have time, hopefully. So yeah, I think this is the end of the episode. If you guys want to add some last
But
comment.
if you have any episodes that you really want us to talk about, not counting Tallahassee, of course. I mean, come on, seriously.
Yeah, we're gonna do Tallahassee.
We're
Oh,
gonna do
yeah.
Tallahassee, and we're probably going to do a finale, right?
And we have to do the doctor too, because that's our first meeting.
Exactly. But
And
if you have any
Name of the
specific
brother.
moment you want us to talk, send us an ask. But
yeah,
yes,
and we'll probably do a review of season 3 in general, season 2 in general, now that we have seen all of it, what we think about the storyline, what were the most successful storylines, the
Is that
least
the one where we drink
successful.
rum and
Yes.
we all get drunk?
yes, that is the drunk podcast.
And we will be drunk, yeah.
Oh,
And I'm
I
sure at some point at the end of July, when Comic-Con comes around, we'll probably also do a podcast based off whatever we learn
At
At
Comic-Con, yeah.
at
Of
Comic-Con.
course, yeah.
Amazon
Yeah.
already?
And
Yes,
then
they're
at the
it's
beginning of July there will be
filming
they will
spoilers.
start filming. So yeah, if we get any spoilers, we'll talk about that. So yeah, keep checking the Captain Swan podcast Tumblr. That's the place where all the news gets published first about when the next episode will be out. And thank you everyone for listening. So
Yes.
any last
last-
comments?
When we started this, we honestly did not think we would have listeners. We thought it would just be us rambling on and
Yes.
on.
I didn't think I'd
Which
come back this
is
soon.
on us rambling on and on, but you guys listen to us rambling on and on, so it means something.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Yes,
Yeah, it's
thank you,
great.
everybody.
One more question. Does anyone here want to build a snowman?
Do you
We
want
didn't really
to
talk about Elsa.
We kind of did.
I'm
yeah,
looking forward to it.
we can talk about Elsa maybe in the next podcast when
When we have more
know.
news.
We'll know more by
Yeah.
Comic-Con. We really don't know anything.
Yeah, we'll know who's playing her by then, probably.
Mm.
Yeah, hopefully. So again, thank you everyone for listening and bye.
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 The code